When Jamie Bynoe-Gittens left Manchester City's academy at 16 to join Borussia Dortmund, few predicted how quickly he would rise. Now, just 4 years later, Chelsea are preparing a major bid to bring the London-born winger back to the Premier League. It's a story of ambition, risk, and the ever-shifting battleground where top clubs hunt the next big thing. In recent years, Borussia Dortmund has become the proving ground for young talent, especially English exports. From Jadon Sancho to Jude Bellingham, the Bundesliga club has shown it knows how to fast-track raw ability into top-tier performance. Jamie Bynoe-Gittens is simply the latest chapter in that saga, but perhaps the most intriguing yet. Born in London in 2004, Bynoe-Gittens began his football journey with Reading before joining Manchester City's academy at 14. He was viewed as a silky dribbler with a fearless attacking instinct, but City's pathway to the first team was crowded. Like Sancho before him, Gittens made the bold decision to leave England for more opportunity. In 2020, he signed for Borussia Dortmund, a club known not just for promoting youth, but for letting it flourish under real pressure. His transition to life in Germany wasn't seamless. Injuries hampered his first 2 seasons, and with Dortmund's depth on the wings, minutes were hard to come by. Yet coaches saw something special. Gittens combined breakneck pace with unusually refined decision-making for his age. When fully fit, he began to flash the potential that had scouts whispering his name in youth tournaments. The turning point came in the 2023-24 season. With key attackers injured and Dortmund struggling to find rhythm, Gittens was given more responsibility. He responded with maturity and flair. By November, he was starting regularly and had already scored crucial goals against Union Berlin, Bayern Munich, and in the Champions League group stage. He wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. At his best, Gittens is a nightmare for defenders. He attacks space with intensity, dribbles in tight corridors with agility, and always looks to drive forward. His heat maps show a preference for the left wing, but he's comfortable on either flank. Unlike many young wingers who rely on flair alone, Gittens has learned to be productive. In 28 appearances across all competitions last season, he registered 6 goals and 7 assists, impressive numbers considering many of those came off the bench. But statistics alone don't capture his value. Gittens plays with a tempo that lifts the entire team. He wins, fouls, stretches defenses, and forces fullbacks into uncomfortable decisions. And most importantly, he doesn't shy away from the big stage. In Dortmund's away win over Bayern, it was Gittens, still 19, who scored the opening goal with a fearless solo run. It was a performance that reportedly moved Chelsea into action. For the West London club, the interest makes sense. Chelsea have shifted transfer strategy under Todd Boehly's ownership, focusing on acquiring young, high-upside talents with resale value and long-term impact. It's why they paid over £115 million for Moises Caicedo, why they bought Mykhailo Mudryk for a fee that could rise to £88 million, and why they've assembled one of the youngest squads in Europe. But the blueprint isn't without flaws. Chelsea's rebuild has been chaotic, with frequent managerial changes, tactical instability, and pressure to produce immediate results. In that context, Bynoe-Gittens represents both a potential jewel and a significant gamble. From a tactical standpoint, his fit under new manager Enzo Maresca is fascinating. Maresca, a disciple of Pep Guardiola, prefers structured build-up play, with wide attackers hugging the touchline and stretching defenses. He demands discipline in positioning, but freedom in execution once in the final third. Gittens could thrive in that system. He's at his most dangerous in isolated one-on-ones, precisely what Maresca's shape aims to create. Moreover, his arrival could complement the existing talent at Chelsea. While Cole Palmer has made the right wing his own, the left side remains unsettled. Mudryk has shown flashes but lacks consistency. Noni Madueke is more suited to the right. Gittens would bring not just depth, but a real opportunity to claim a starting spot. Still, the move raises questions. Can Chelsea offer the stability and minutes Gittens needs to develop? Dortmund have been careful with his progression, protecting him from burnout and allowing him to learn in a system tailored for youth. Chelsea, despite their investment in young players, haven't always been so patient. Players like Noni Madueke, Marc Guiu, and David Datro Fofana have struggled for meaningful minutes despite their promise. There's also the mental challenge. Returning to England brings with it media scrutiny, fan expectation, and the relentless tempo of the Premier League. Gittens will no longer be a surprise package. He'll be expected to perform, to justify the price tag, to grow quickly. That transition has derailed many before him. Yet Gittens is not just another talented winger. Those who know him describe a level-headed professional, obsessed with improvement. He models his game after figures like Leroy Sane and Kingsley Coman, studying their movement and understanding when to explode into space or recycle possession. He's not driven by hype but by hunger. And culturally, the move makes emotional sense. Gittens is from London. He knows the city, its rhythms, its footballing intensity. A return home wouldn't just be professional, it would be personal. That kind of grounding can be crucial in navigating the pressures of elite football. Behind the scenes, Chelsea are reportedly preparing a long-term deal, possibly stretching 7 years, mirroring their approach with other young signings. That suggests a club willing to bet on Gittens, not as an instant savior, but as a long-term project. For Maresca, he would be an exciting tool to mold. For the fans, he would be a fresh face with flair and ambition. Dortmund, for their part, are reluctant but realistic. They've developed a reputation for selling at the right time. And if Chelsea's bid exceeds €40 million, it may be hard to turn down. There are also whispers that Dortmund have already lined up replacements in the form of RB Salzburg's Oscar Glauc or Werder Bremen's Justin Ninja Mayol. Dynamic wide players who fit their usual mold. If the deal goes through, it would signal another chapter in the growing movement of English players exporting themselves to learn and then returning more complete. In that sense, Bynoe-Gittens might be the next Willian, but his ceiling might be even higher. He's more explosive than Sancho and more consistent than Mudryk at the same age. Ultimately, the move would ask a familiar question. Can Chelsea stop hoarding potential and start nurturing it? If they can, Jamie Bynoe-Gittens could be more than a headline. He could be the player who turns promise into legacy. Because that's the beauty of Gittens. He doesn't play like he's auditioning. He plays like he belongs. That brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. It really helps us keep creating more content like this. Thanks so much for watching.